Twisters is the movie that just hit theaters. This film is not a sequel, but kind of a quasi-sequel reboot from the original film from 1996, which starred Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. This time, Lee Isaac Chung is the director. This is off his directorial film Minari from a couple of years ago. The film stars Daisy Edgar Jones as Kay Carter. After a tragedy in the early goings of the movie, she has given up on chasing tornadoes, but she's brought back to Oklahoma by her friend, her childhood friend Javi, played by Anthony Ramos, in order to, with this new device, maybe not just help people warn them about tornadoes, but also to limit the damage of the tornadoes themselves. Along the way, she meets Tyler Owens, who's played by Glenn Powell, who is more of a YouTuber trying to put fireworks and have some more fun with the tornadoes than actually chasing them. A part of the ensemble as well is David Cornsweet as Javi's #1 person in his new team. A part of Glenn Powell's team, we have Brandon Pereira as Boone. The other notables is also Katie O'Brien as Danny. The film is 1 hour and 57 minutes long and is PG-13. Welcome back to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Number. Thanks for joining me for another review. If you're new to the channel, I talk all things movies, TV. I talk box office, and I do rankings and out of theater reactions. If you like any one of those things, I highly recommend subscribing. We're growing quickly, so please join the train and hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. First of all, have you even seen the original Twister? Which one is better if you've seen this film? If you have not seen the original Twister, did you still enjoy this film? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, please like the video. So, coming in, I grew up with my family always watching the original Twister. I rewatched it last night in preparation to watch the new movie. Also, just because I do love watching Twister. It's the prototypical, stereotypical blockbuster. It's not going to be one of the best movies you'll ever see, but it is a fun time with a fun ensemble. And I was kind of shocked that they never could make a sequel for that. Bill Paxton was trying to make a sequel until his death. And it's a shame they never did. So going into this one, I was very nervous if they would make it a legacy sequel, or these are the kids of the people in the original film. And I do want to say right off the bat, if you have not seen the original Twister, you are okay to see this movie. This is a very much a standalone movie. You do not have to watch Twister to watch Twisters. And I was actually pleasantly surprised how standalone it is. Yes, there are some references. There are some callbacks to particular devices. There are some lines that are memorable from the original film, which come back once or twice in this movie. But other than that, this movie is very much a standalone story that has nothing to do with the original film. So if you've not seen Twister, you don't have to see that in order to enjoy Twister. So let's get into my thoughts. And overall, I just think this is the perfect, blockbuster. Summer blockbuster. I think when you think of blockbusters, this is the type of movie that people should be thinking about. It is a fun 2 hours that is an absolute blast. Now, while it's definitely a fun movie, people chasing tornadoes, you're laughing, there's some comedy, there's some entertaining, charismatic actors and characters in the film, all of that stuff. I think what I really enjoyed about this film is that it didn't lose the serious element that the original Twister had. Both these movies are very stupid. The science doesn't make a lot of sense. And especially in this movie when they're trying to limit even the damage of tornadoes. Because in the first one, they're just trying to help get the warning systems better. They're not trying to limit the damage of tornadoes. They're just trying to help people get out of their homes at a quicker rate. This one, they are trying to actually limit the damage of tornadoes. And you have to suspend disbelief. But I think what the heart of it is also about the seriousness, the high stakes. This movie has a lot of carnage in it. And it's not afraid to throw those punches in that way. It could be very edge of your seat intense at some points. I think it blends all of those very well, just like the original film did. Now, while Glenn Powell, rightfully so, I'll get to Glenn Powell being the standout in a moment, this really is Daisy Edgar Jones. This is her movie. Very similar to Bill Paxton's playing a lot more of a flashier role in the original Twister. That was still very much Helen Hunt's movie for the most part. But even more so here, this is really Edgar Jones's film, and she's excellent in the movie. She's very similar in ways to Helen Hunt's character in the original film, but she does have some differences in the way in her motivation for doing what she did. But she's really good in the movie. She's going through a lot of bad things of tornadoes due to something that happened to her in high school, and she's trying to unravel what people are doing around her. Are people trying to chase tornadoes for money purposes, for YouTube purposes, or even just to save people? And she did a really good job in this film, really leading this movie, because this movie, again, no matter how great Glen Powell is, from an emotional standpoint, you don't really care about the movie as much if you're not connected to the character of Kate. I was definitely connected to the character of Kate. But as I just said, Glen Powell is absolutely a standout because he's, for me right now, is an undeniable movie star. Now, from a box office perspective, we shall see on my show on Tuesday from a box office perspective if he is a movie star, but on screen, he just feels like a movie star to me. He's charismatic. He can bring the seriousness, the comedy, the romance element. He brings kind of all of those into the movie. And again, if you've been following this channel, I've been saying this for all of the movies, Hitman, Top Gun Maverick. I've been saying this for a very long time with Glen Powell, and even Anyone But You. He just oozes charisma, and he's terrific. Now, he's not in the movie a bit later than I thought he would be entered into the movie. But when he gets into the movie does get a lot more energy, comedy to it. And he's fantastic. What's also key is him and Edgar Jones have a great chemistry in the film. Because what happens is Glen Powell, at first, as you see in the trailers, is kind of playing the YouTube guy who can come off as unlikable, but only Glen Powell can turn that around, and Glen Powell does a really good job. The two of them have very good chemistry. Overall, just like the first film had a very stacked ensemble, so does this movie. And overall, the teams of both Ramos's team and Powell's team are very well cast, and they have great chemistry together. As I said, the movie's just so much fun. I was laughing a lot. I had a big smile on my face in the majority of the movie. I just really did have a blast. Now, as I said, my negatives were kind of the science is so ridiculous, and there's some times where you can't really suspend your disbelief how stupid something is going on in the movie. Another thing is they really wanted to focus in the first act about the characters of Kate and Javi, who is Daisy Edgar Jones's character and Anthony Ramos's character, because they're high school best friends, reuniting and things. But I felt like once Glen Powell's character kind of entered in, which was the best part about the movie, I think they did lose the weight of Javi and Kate's dynamic, because once Tyler gets entered into the fray, it's more about Tyler and Kate more than Javi and Kate. And I do think they kind of made the Javi and Kate friendship an afterthought as the movie went on. And every time Javi would come on, I just didn't care as much, because I did care more, obviously, about Tyler and Kate. So I don't think there was an interesting thing with Javi being this close friend to Kate, but as the movie went on, it seemed like the script just cared less and less about that dynamic, and so did I as the audience member. So that's a big plot line that I wish got a little bit more to do from like a emotional standpoint, but still, I had a blast. This is the perfect summer blockbuster. It's not going to be my top 5 of the year, but man, did I have a blast watching this. And I think we need more movies like this, just like we did in 1996. So overall, I'm going to give Twisters a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm going to go 78% for the new film. What are your thoughts on Twisters? Sorry, I actually know what. Let's go 80%. I'm going to be nice today. I'm in a good mood. That movie put me in a good mood. 80% for Twisters. What are your thoughts on Twisters in the comments section down below? Do you prefer the original or this one? Are you going to see it this weekend, or are you saving your money for next weekend's big blockbuster? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon.